What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Wolves preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds travel to Molineux for an 8:15 p.m. kickoff on Tuesday, which means we'll be here live at a watch-along from 7 p.m. A little reminder, this is the first of a double header with Wolves. We travel there on Friday for the FA Cup, but this one on Tuesday is a Premier League game and a chance for the Reds to put another 3 points on the board as we look to secure Champions League qualification for next season. Over the course of this video, I'm going to do what we always do. Going to give you a bit of an injury update ahead of the game. We're going to look at their recent form and a bit of a history on our opponents. Then I'll go through my predicted 11, and as always, we will finish up with a score prediction. It's over to you guys though to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course we hope to see you here for the watch along. Right, we've a lot to get through, so let's get started with a bit of an injury update from the manager. We know that Florian Wirtz very unlikely to be part of the team for this one. Frimpong is back, but will he be ready to start the game? I'm not really sure on that one, to be honest with you. Other than that, it's pretty much as we were. Giovanni Leone, Connor Bradley and other long-term absentees like Alexander Isak still not available for the Reds. But we'll bring you news on Florian Wirtz's return as and when we have it. For now though, let's have a little look at the officials for the game. Then we'll have a fact file on our opponents, as well as finishing up then with a little look at their form. So match details. Tuesday 3rd of March. It is an 8:15 p.m. kickoff at Molineux. The referee for the game, Thomas Bramall. His assistants are going to be Gary Bessick and Adam Nunn. Fourth official, Adam Herzig, and then VAR, Timothy Wood with Wade Smith as his assistant. Liverpool are on a 6-game winning run against Wolves, with their last defeat being a 3-0 loss at Molineux in early 2023. That was Liverpool's only Premier League loss to Wolves in the last 15 meetings. Between the two, they have won all of the other 14. With the win against Aston Villa, Wolves are no longer in danger of finishing with the lowest points tally in Premier League history, having surpassed Derby County's 11 points. Mohamed Salah ranks second on the fixtures all-time goals list with 7 goals scored for Liverpool against Wolves. Now, let's have a look at the head-to-head and Wolves' recent form. Premier League 25-26, it was Liverpool 2, Wolves 1 at Anfield. Premier League 24-25, Liverpool 2, Wolves 1 again. And the reverse fixture, exact same. So, what score is this one going to be then, folks? I'm saying 2-1 wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility. Recent form for Wolves coming into this one. In the Premier League, it was Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. Also, they lost 1-0 away at Crystal Palace. Premier League was Wolves 2, Arsenal 2, and a dramatic draw there at Molineux. In the FA Cup, Wolves got through against Grimsby Town, winning by 1-0. And in the Premier League, it was Nottingham Forest 0, Wolves 0. So as you can see, they are showing relegation form, but they are battling stronger on the Rob Edwards than they had been previously. I'm not expecting this to be an easy trip, but let's be honest, we should be going there looking to try and win the game. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the fun part here of the video. We're going to talk about my predicted 11, and as always, I'm going to do my best to try to convince you of why I've gone for the team that I've gone for. So, as we always do, let's have a little look and start off with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. Even despite the fact that they are playing pretty much every single game now, I still think it will be Ibrahim Konate and your captain Virgil van Dijk in the 2 centre-back positions. 2 absolute towering colossus of defenders, I should say, who know where the goal is, and hopefully Konate can, well, he can get himself on the score sheet in this one. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go early. I'm going to put in a rare Konate goal as one of my predictions. So, Alisson Becker in goal, no real surprises there. We know Georgi Mamardashvili wants more game time, but again, we are talking about the best goalkeeper in the world. That being said, though, I do have to say Alisson's given us some heart and mouth moments recently. I remember in the West Ham game, I passed the ball straight to Jared Bowen, which thankfully deflected back to him. All of that aside, though, that is a settled back 3, if you want to say that. So Alisson Becker, Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Now then, into the full-back positions, and here's what I've gone for there. On the right side, I'm going to stick with Joe Gomez because I don't know if Frimpong is ready yet to come in and play a full 90 minutes or even play the guts of a full 90 minutes. Great to see him back on the pitch, and what a difference he did make coming on against West Ham. We'll have plenty of talks over the next few weeks on whether we should see Jeremy Frimpong maybe contending for that right wing position ahead of Mohamed Salah, but that's a conversation for another day. For now, though, I've gone for Gomez on the right, as you can see, and Milos Kerkez on the left. Now, don't be surprised at all if the manager mixes this one up and goes for Andy Robertson on the left. It is a congested fixture list, this, for the Reds. We've got the game that we played against West Ham on Saturday, straight into this one on Tuesday, and then again it's Friday for the trip down for the FA Cup. So the manager may mix it up, put Andy Robertson in at left back for the league game, or he may look to just roll this one over for Kirkes and give Robbo the FA Cup. So that's the back five: Alisson, Gomez, Kirkes, Canade and Virgil van Dijk. We move into midfield now. And I do think we're going to see a change here. So I've gone for Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. I haven't really been that impressed with Ryan Gravenberch recently. He was brilliant for us last year. He's a tremendous midfielder. But I just think mix it up here. Curtis Jones obviously didn't even come off the bench against West Ham. So I'm going to say that he gets the nod on this one. Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai are my other two midfield choices. But of course, I want to know in the comments what you're thinking so far. So do let me know if you agree or disagree. Again, we have to remember we can't just put out the best 11 or what we would consider the best 11 every single game. We do have to mix it up to try to prevent and restrict injuries as much as possible. So for this one, I'm going to give Gravenberch a bit of a rest and maybe bring him back in for the FA Cup. So that's the midfield trio for me. Now we'll move into the wide attacking positions. And what I've gone for here is Mohamed Salah and Rio Ngamoa. If this had been Friday and maybe Jeremy Frimpong had a little bit longer to recover, I genuinely think there's a serious question to be had about whether Frimpong starts on the right. Maybe you try to get an hour out of him before bringing Mohamed Salah on. And I wouldn't be at all upset if that happens. On the other side, this isn't anything about wanting to drop Cody Gakpo, by the way. It really isn't. I just think Cody is also going to need a breather. And I would have no problem if Cody played on the left and Rio went on to the right. I just think one of our two wide forwards could do with a bit of a breather. And Rio Ngamoa obviously chomping at the bit to get himself a starting position. So that is my wide positions. Mohamed Salah on the right, Rio Ngamoa on the left. But if the manager thinks that Frimpong could do 60, I wouldn't say no. It would just be a big gamble then having Frimpong, Gomez and our two centre-backs all on the pitch at the same time. We don't want another injury coming. So that's the wide positions for me. And I don't think you're going to be too surprised at all but what I've gone for centrally. Of course, it is Mr. Hugo Ekitike. And what a season he's having. I think it's now 22 goal contributions for him this season. Absolutely fantastic. And who would have thought it? Who would have thought we'd be sitting here come towards March time and him being the one that we're discussing from a centre forward position and not Isak? It just is testament to the man's absolute professionalism and his ability since he's come to the football club. We're all absolutely loving a bit of Hugo Ekitike. So once again, my 11, ladies and gentlemen, is Alisson Becker in goal, Gomez at right back, Kirkwood at left back, with Ibrahim Konate and your captain Virgil van Dijk as your centre backs. A midfield of Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. And then up top, I've gone for Rio Ngamoa on the left, Mohamed Salah on the right and Hugo Ekitike through the middle. Now though, we haven't finished quite yet. We still have to get to a score prediction and this is what I've gone for. Liverpool to win the game by 2-1. And I'm not even joking, I didn't know about the recent history when I sent through the score prediction to Connor for 2-1. But when I was going through this video and I was going through that recent results, 2-1 seems very fitting. So, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it does have to be 3 points. We know that Arsenal beat Chelsea, meaning the Reds now have a 3-point cushion over Chelsea in 5th place. But I want us to be looking a little bit further up the table, looking at Manchester United, looking at Aston Villa, who are 3 points ahead of us. I think we can reel them in before the season's over. So that is it for this preview, ladies and gents. I know it's a quick one coming straight up after the West Ham game, but as I mentioned, the games are coming thick and fast. We've got this one we'll take you through with a match reaction, player ratings video, and everything else you would expect. And then, of course, on Friday, a reminder, it's an 8 p.m. kickoff in the FA Cup. The Reds with a potential quarter-final place at stake, travelling to Molineux, and we'll bring you the preview for that one on Wednesday. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed your weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget as well, if you'd like to get yourself something from our friends at thecollectorscorner.co.uk, you can get 20% off with our code Anfield Agenda 1 at checkout. And congratulations to Wendy Hollingsworth, who won the framed and signed Jurgen Klopp shirt. We've been in touch with Wendy and that will be on way to her very soon. But don't worry, we'll have another giveaway coming up in March. We'll have the details for that one very soon. Talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.